Hey everyone! Hopefully you guys are still having a good time out there. I'm just going to say things are getting pretty serious out there right now. I'm starting to get to know a few people who have been affected by this. I know people who've known people who've unfortunately been on the bad half of this situation. So hopefully things get better soon out there. I just wanted to start off with that. But hopefully you guys are still doing okay. Keep safe out there. Anyway, this week is perhaps going to be the closest to normal we can make it. I'm personally going to try to see what we can do here, but as I've seen from your photo album, some of you have taken to this really well. I would like to just give a special shout out to a few people who I've seen posted their own wave machines in the photo album and made them work really good. Brenda, Hector, Ramiro, Raimundo, and Silver. I love what you're going with this, and hopefully you guys can actually show up this week with some really great stuff. That being said, be sure you're submitting stuff to the photo album and showing off your wave machine. I'm going to try to post a picture of this, hopefully by today, just to give you an idea of what we're going to do. Anyway, so the next phase for your wave machine, after you've built it and made it work and done some pretty cool stuff with it, I've seen some very cool slow-mo videos of this so far, but it's now time to experiment with this thing. And that's kind of the important part of this week. Under normal circumstances, you would be going ahead and you would actually take your wave machine and once you've built it with kebab sticks and gummy bears and whatnot, you would go ahead and start experimenting with it, and that would be the lab. Now, obviously, we don't have gummy bears, but obviously there's still some stuff you can change. So for mine, that you can see, I'm going to go ahead and actually make some changes that I'm going to show you on the next slide, and I'm just going to talk about some things that we can do with this, but I really want you to think about procedures this week. What is something you can change? What is something you can measure about this? And then after thinking about that, and once you think about that and have that clear, you can go ahead and start filling out the form in which we go ahead and talk about our procedures page. So what procedures would you like to do with this? How would you go ahead and carry out measuring the effects of an independent variable, and how can we see the effects of your independent variable on how this wave travels? Okay, so for me, I would focus on things like wave speed, amplitude, maybe frequency, thinking about how this wave moves and how transforming this wave would actually make some differences. Okay, that would be the point of this week. At the end, although I know it says it's a quiz, it's not a quiz, okay? But there's just a few questions for you to analyze your results. It's some questions I would ask more normally in terms of a lab report, but don't freak out. It's just a bunch of individual questions I really want you to go ahead and think about and answer as we move on. Basically, what's affecting your wave propagation, and thinking about in the larger scope of earthquakes. What would that mean for the Earth? I mean, what type of Earth are we going to talk about in terms of your wave machine? So we'll talk about this more later once we analyzed it. I also got some cool stuff for next week that's going to be coming down the line. And then after, we got some cool stuff for the first week of May. You can probably guess why I'm excited about that. All right, have a good time out there. Enjoy yourselves. This lab is a lot of fun. Entertain someone with it. I'll see you later.